What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Get Real Vlogs, where being controversial is my only talent. First and foremost, thank you all for 5,000 subscribers, and that's what this video is going to be all about. I'm used to walking around in these abandoned buildings and doing something, but I'm sitting down, and for the first time for my 5,000 subscriber special, I'm going to tell you my story of how I became a YouTuber and what led up to that. I have a bunch of notes here, so if you see me looking down at it, that's why I'm trying to go along with this story. I don't know if it's going to be 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but let's start off back to when I was in high school. Okay, so high school, I went to a private Christian school in Luray, Virginia, with a total of only 300 people, kindergarten through 12th grade, so it was really small. I played sports, got pretty decent grades, had a lot of friends, and had a really good life, and I had nothing major crazy happened in my life that was really rough. I had a very good upbringing and just an altogether great life up until college. So I start college, I go to Shenandoah University in Winchester, Virginia, where I decided to major in athletic training, kinesiology. I thought, I'm never going to be a professional sports player in any sport. I'm not that good, but I'd still like to work in sports. Didn't really want to coach. So I was like, what's the second best thing? Why not be at the field watching the pros play, college players play, and helping them with their injuries? I went through that for a while, for like a semester, and I ended up just not being good at it. It was a lot of sciences, and I realized I just don't really like this. So I decided to switch my major. I was not sure what I wanted to switch to, though, and I found this major called Outdoor Leadership in Education. It was a rather small major. There was only 4 people or 5 people in the whole college that majored in it, in a 4th to 5,000 person school. So, sophomore year went great. Freshman year and sophomore year both went great in college. Decent grades. I had maybe like a 3.0, I'd say, basically a B average. Then junior year comes along, and I am loving the outdoor leadership major. And this is the first time in my life where I had a really serious life issues happen in your life. First off, I was forced to switch my major because, like I said, there was only about 4 or 5 people majoring in outdoor leadership and education at my college. So the college just decided, we are going to cut it completely, and that really screwed up the 5 of us because it was my junior year. I had 1 year left. What was I going to do? And I went out on a limb. I looked into different things. I liked writing, I liked reading, I liked video, I liked photography, I'd like editing. So I was like, you know what? My roommate at the time also was a mass communications major, so I decided I am going to switch to mass communications. So start that, and one of the first weeks into that, and this was like mid-semester, not even like after the semester. In mid-semester, I had to switch majors. I caught strep throat. Well, first off, I caught mono, and that's a whole different story for a whole other day. And if you know what mono is, it keeps you out of contact with people for I think 3 to 6 weeks. But I also caught strep at the same time, so I had mono and I had strep. So I have to go home, not even at my college. I go home to Luray, back where my parents live, and I'm with my parents for 3 weeks. But also, while I'm there, I get a rash from head to toe from the medicine that they put me on for the strep. So I'm in bed with mono, my throat is killing me, and I'm itching from head to toe. And then I ended up going to the doctors to get the rash taken care of. They gave me a shot, and I felt better. But yeah, that was really rough to start my major of mass communications out with having to miss first 2 to 3 weeks because I had mono. Okay, then after that, things are going well. I get another sore throat, and I'm thinking it's strep again, but it's a lot worse than that because my throat started to swell, and I ended up having a throat abscess. So I missed school for a week from that because my throat could have closed up, and it was just impossible to do anything. But then a really serious thing happened in my life. Spring break, my junior year, well, not spring break, I'm sorry, Christmas break, my junior year, Christmas time. Christmas was great, had an awesome time, great Christmas. And my friend surprised me that Christmas Day, called me and said, I have tickets for you and I to go watch the Steelers and Ravens in Baltimore, and he paid for the ticket, and all I had to do was just come up to meet him up in Baltimore. And I had never been to a Steelers game or even an NFL game before, so I was super excited to do that. But when I woke up the next day after Christmas, I start driving to Baltimore, and I get about 7 minutes down the road, and the right side of my face starts going numb. Start getting a serious headache. My neck starts getting stiff. Pull over for a second. I'm like, what the heck? I got vertigo. Maybe I'm getting anxiety and just excited. Get back on the road, and I get about 5 more minutes up the road, and there's a mountain that you have to cross. And as soon as I get on the mountain, there's a pull off. I'm dizzy. Like, I can't see straight at all. It's like going back and forth. My face is completely numb from my right side of my head all the way down to my neck. I get right out of my car. I throw up everywhere. And my first thought is I call my parents, and we were thinking I was having a stroke, which basically what happened. And from there on out, for weeks, pain, numbness, scared out of my mind, ER visits, going to sleep at night thinking I might have a tumor in my head, thinking I honestly might die. I was like crying every night because I was so scared, because I was literally healthy up until that day. I would work out, I'd play sports, I could run a mile in 5 minutes, so it was really weird that all of a sudden this came all over me. And for example, here are a few things, and this drew out for a very long time, this ordeal of trying to find out what was going on in my head, to find out what it could be. And still to this day, we don't really know yet, but we'll get to that. So I had 3 CT scans, 2 MRIs, 2 EKGs. I had a heart monitor on me that I had to wear all the time. Got a spinal tap, a bunch of different medicines, and I would see a neurologist all the time, every week. And the neurologist basically kept saying, you need to take time off college. You need to drop out this semester so we can focus on this. But I was so focused on, not wanting to be home depressed. I wanted to still try to go to class, and I would try, but I'd miss a lot, and I'd be in a lot of pain every day. And then one day in one of my mass comm classes, I get a call from a nurse. Oh, actually, it was right before the class. I was playing air hockey. And the nurse is like, hey, we found something in your brain. We need you to come and go over it. And I was scared out of my mind. I ended up going to class, and I started crying in class. And my professor's like, why are you even here? I told her what happened. She said, you need to go home, call your parents, have them come up here. And basically what they found was like a brain lesion, which is like a scar on the brain, and it could be from a lot of different things. And to this day, we're still trying to find out what it is. I still believe it's not just a lesion. I believe it's something more, because to this day, I still have a lot of issues. But at this time, what this caused was I lost a lot of friends because I just couldn't do anything. Not because they didn't like me, but just I couldn't go out, I couldn't hang out with them. And even if it was just in my apartment with my roommates playing Xbox, I was in pain all the time. And not just pain, but depressed, because I thought literally I was never going to get better. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she basically took care of me like she was my mother. She had to drive me everywhere because I couldn't drive at all. And I ended up not being able to drive for 2 years because of this. And I had a Camaro, and I really liked that Camaro. But I couldn't drive, and I had to sell it because I wasn't making money either because I couldn't have a job at the time. And the last thing that I remember, something that really stands out to me is one day I was sitting there on my couch, and I was like, I'm never going to get better. I'm going to be like this for the rest of my life. And let me actually drop a few pictures of what I have showing what I went through, and even the picture of my brain scan. So that doesn't even sum up what I went through and what I still go through, but those are some pictures of what the brain looks like. And I haven't had a brain scan in a while, so I really need one, and a few pictures of what I was going through at the time. So I got put on meds, and the doctors thought the lesion was not gonna wasn't a tumor, wasn't gonna get bigger, wasn't gonna cause any issues other than just head pain and neck stiffness, a lot. So I decided, they gave me some meds that seemed to work also at the time. So senior year came along, And it was a pretty decent year. Like, I still went through a lot of pain and issues with my head, but I wasn't as scared. I had a lot less anxiety because the doctor said like I wasn't going to die and it wasn't going to cause issues for the rest of my life. So senior year, Mass Comm was going well. I had a lot of great friends. I made a lot of new friends. I had a great girlfriend at the time. I went to 2 Panic at the Disco concerts in 3 days, traveling to Pittsburgh in Maryland. I went to go see 3 Penguins games, and I did a bunch of things my senior year that was really awesome, and that was probably my favorite year of college. And even the Penguins won the cup that year. Like I was saying, guys, my health was rough, but not completely terrible. But after college, me and that girl did break up, and I decided, I got to focus on what I want to do with my career for the rest of my life, and focus on God and my friends. So I got really involved with my church. I was working at a cell phone company at the time after college because I didn't get I guess it's kind of like mass communications, but not what I wanted to do with my career, but I just needed money. And I was really involved with the church youth group. And this is where the YouTube comes in and what my career is now. And it's funny how it started. Basically, the kids in the youth group thought it'd be cool to start a vlog channel. They're like, Dean, you can film us. You have all these great ideas. We'll be in the videos, and they'll be stupid, and we'll just have fun doing it. So we did. We had 4 of us as a core. We had a bunch of different people in it, but there was 4 of us that started it. And we did a lot of stupid, just dumb vlogs, like going through Walmart, pranks, going to Planet Fitness and not working out, just stuff to basically make the kids happy and keep us entertained. Then one day I filmed an abandoned video because I've always loved going into abandoned buildings since I was little. I always thought they were intriguing, not like the haunted aspect, but I just loved going in, and I have no idea why. I just really enjoyed it. And that video kind of took off, got a good amount of views, and I just kept uploading that, and it kind of drifted away from the vlogs with the church friends because we were all busy all the time, and it just became me vlogging all these abandoned places, and I slowly grew subscribers. And that's what's got me here today. I've been all over the United States, all over the East Coast mainly. I filmed in so many different states. I've been to probably over 500 abandoned places in my life. And eventually I started making money from it. And I remember my first paycheck from YouTube. It was only $127. But I remember thinking to myself, and I posted that day, everyone in college, everyone always told me I would never make it, I would never make money. And I never thought I'd make it to where I was, but I always just wanted to make money just because I like proving people wrong. And I did, and I bragged about the $127, and that's, I'm humble, but that's nothing compared to what I get to make today, which is amazing. And I got arrested while doing this. I have so many different stories. The arrest was not, it wasn't fun. Going to the place I don't regret, but the arrest kind of sucked. But it's just another story, and it got me more views and more subscribers. Yeah, this YouTube journey's taken me to a bunch of different places, a lot of good food places. Met a lot of cool people, did a lot of cool collabs, and I'm excited to do a lot more up here in New York and actually go to a bunch of different abandoned places. And now, like I said, I'm making good money, and I even have my own merch that people buy, and I never thought that I would have people around mainly the East Coast, but just around the United States that have Get Real Vlogs merch and are representing me, and get text on Instagram every day and Twitter just talking about my videos, suggesting places to go, which is really cool that I have a fan base. And brings me kind of to the end of this video, and I could go into so much more detail about this story, but I just wanted to do something a little different for my 5,000 subscriber video, mainly because my health has been kind of rough lately. I've been in a lot of pain, a lot more than usual lately, and I'm not sure why. And I don't want to do a lot of running around to different abandoned places at the moment. And you guys have never heard this story, and a lot of people want to hear. Now, guys, I live in New York. Never thought this would happen on my YouTube journey or life journey, but it's pretty awesome. I work at an ice rink now, and growing up, people told me I never would. My whole life I said I wanted to drive Zamboni, and everyone said I wouldn't, and now that's what I do at the ice rink. It's really awesome. Everyone said I never play hockey, and I play hockey like twice a week at least. And that's my story, kind of short version of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have questions that you want to ask, I can make a part 2 of all the questions that you have in details. And we're going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little different of a video. I'm kind of all over the place in this because I'm not usually sitting still. It's really hard for me to sit still, as you guys know. But yeah, thank you guys for always watching, viewing. If you are viewing this and aren't subscribed, subscribe, buy some merch. Thank you guys for everything. Let's get to 6,000. Peace out, guys.